Hey guys, girls, and welcome back to a brand new What If here today. And as you can see in the title and in the description below, not in the description, in the title, well, yes, in the title and the thumbnail, dope. You know, if you can read it, it says, "What if Natsu was a girl's film part one?" So yes, this will be my first What If on Fairy Tail. And I've only seen one person do a what if on, what if of this style of what if Natsu. So if I say Nato, guys, yes. So yeah, in this style, kind of, not in this style, but yeah. I don't know where I was going with that anyway. So Natsu's original birth, and also leave a comment down below on what I should call Natsu. I'm going to call her now for Natsu, but please give me names in the description below and what you think would go well as, a female name for Natsu. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, leave that in the comments down below, all about the side, depending on when you're watching this, and yeah. Anyway, so Natsu's first birth would be girl, because both births. And if you're thinking, what do you mean? Well, if you're thinking of getting into that, fairy tale, like watching it, I would suggest watching it so you don't get confused. And yeah, anyway, but you have watched the entire series. Natsu does have two births, because one his natural birth and then his second his reincarnation thanks to his brother, because his brother didn't want to be alone, so his brother decided to go, well, screw it, I'll become an evil demon that my brother needs to kill me, my brother may have to kill me, then so be it, at least I brought my brother back to the living. So yeah. So E&D standard for Inferior Natsu Dragonir. So yes. Anyway, it's still probably call it E&D, because why not? But it would just, well, I don't know. The book would also probably have a different name on it. Who knows? Anyway, so yes, his first and second birth would both be girls, and they would both, his first birth would end the same way. Would be a dragon attack, and he dies. And if you're like, what do you mean? Natsu's only however old he is in the beginning of a fairy tale. Is like, well, no, Natsu's like a good 100 a good 100 years plus to that age. As the original 5, the original 5 dragon slayers, the only 5 dragon slayers left in the world, which are Natsu Dragonir, but I forgot the rest. I know Fairy Tail has got 2 other. Wendy is one of them, and Guardshield, either Guardshield or Garshield. I forget how to pronounce his name, but yeah, I know those 3, and then it's the other 2 Dragon Slayers. But yeah, anyway, Wendy saw Natsu in the original one, before they lost their memories, as a brother to her, so she would see Natsu as a sister, because Natsu's a girl now, not a boy, in this timeline. Yeah. And yeah, then the entire thing happens where he gets transported, the idea comes, and she's transported, 100 or plus years, into the future. And then technically, doesn't that also make what's her name? I forget her name. Urza. Does that also mean that Urza is, like, if they had the Guinness World Record books, then would that make Urza the longest baby to be in a room ever? Because her mum turned into a dragon, so Urza's got dragoness blood in her, and yeah. So that's interesting. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, and Natsu forgets her memories, or a couple, well, yeah, and yeah, she just knows that, a dragon brought her up. I forget the name of the, I forget the name of a lot of stuff, but yes. Yeah, she forgets, well, and she comes across the fairy tale and becomes, most guild member of fairy tale, and also Urza also at that time would, take quite a keen interest in having another, so Urza and I forget the other girl. I forget. Yes, I think by next week I would know. Hopefully, I would remember all the names. Yeah. Anyway, so they would kind of, those three would have a rivalry, and I don't know. Tell me also in the description. Should I also make female Natsu S class? Because the other two are S class, so if there's another girl, why not all three of them achieve S class or that? Because they would, all three of them would kind of be training. Well, yeah, would be battling, but also those two would see Natsu, Natsu as as a very cute younger sister to them, as I think Natsu's younger than both of them. Well, actually younger than them, yes, but technically no, because plus 1,000 or 100 years on to that age. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, and yeah, so no time. Yeah, and they would, they would have. Well, yeah, they'd generally have fun with each other. They kind of, the entire guild probably would see, Natsu as a younger sister, a very strong and, dragon, fairy tale's first dragon slayer, and female at that. So Wendy won't be, the first female dragon slayer. She'll be the second female dragon slayer. Well, yeah. And I don't know. We'd come to that part when we come to it, if we ever do. But yeah. Anyway. So Natsu's life. Well, Natsu would still kind of challenge Ursa. Because I don't think that much would change. Yeah. Except for probably Grey. Grey would definitely, be maybe interested. I don't really know. Well, those two would still have that rivalry, because I don't see why not. One's ice, one's fire. Those two probably wouldn't really. Well, yeah. Those two would still have that kind of rivalry type thing. So yeah. And Natsu's smart is the same as in canon. I'm not going to change that, because that does in future when it starts make for hilarious moments. But yeah, and of course Natsu comes across happy, and that kind of happens, and happy. Well, happy is happy. Yeah. So Happy Happy does I get, well, yeah, just likes to wind Natsu up, like, who's gonna, well, yeah, no, just, like, like, so, well, yeah, well, Happy sees Natsu as her, probably see Natsu as, like, her, well, has his mother, maybe, figure, because, why not? It's the first thing that, Natsu, Happy saw, so why not? And yeah, those two get quite a strong bond straight off the bat. And, well, it will only grow as time goes, anyway. So, yeah. Yeah. It's like this ain't, I forget what it's called now. Naruto. It's fairy tale, so yeah. Yeah, and well, not really a lot happens up until Natsu goes on that quest to find, goes on the so-called, hey, did you hear that, there was a, like, salamander in, this part, or, person says, and Natsu, really? Okay, I'm going off. Does he not see that? And it may be Dragon, what? Whoever. Oh, I forget Dragon name. Yeah, whoever my dad. Well, her dad is. So yeah. Anyway, no, she'd go with Happy, and that's where they would meet Luffy, and Lucy. Yes, as the the kind of love magic doesn't really work on Natsu. Natsu just look at the person and go, who the heck are you? As it breaks, Lucy out of the love spell, and the person like, what, you're not, you don't like me. It's like, no, who the heck are you? I don't even know you. As she just carries on walking, the other guy is just like, he kind of has a fight with her, and they lose instead of winning. They lose in this timeline. Yeah. And, Lucy catches up and says, thank you two for, saving me from that guy, and, well, no, thank you for saving me from that guy. Don't worry, I said you two. There's only one. So, plus Happy. But yeah, thank you, I didn't get, it's like, well, I'm going to say, well, yeah, I'm Natsu, and this is my cat buddy Happy here. As Happy just goes hi. Yeah, hi, I'm Happy, or however he introduced himself, and yeah, and they would, Natsu would bring up the fact that he's hungry, and Lucy would take them to a restaurant to eat. Yeah. As Lucy is also kind of curious on, that person who's using ancient magic, like love magic or something, like black magic or something like that. Love magic, and, why didn't it ever, work on you? As, that's just, Natsu just ain't his face and leave, and Happy answers that, saying, spells like that don't really work on Natsu. We don't really know why, it just doesn't really work. Like, love type spells don't work on Natsu. So, and she's like, oh, that's interesting, I wonder why. It's like, yeah, we've been wondering that for quite some time, why love spells don't really work, love magic doesn't really work on Natsu. But yeah, anyway, and she's like, oh yeah, like, when she'd start, speaking about fairy tale, and, she's like, oh, do like, and she'd be like, do you know who, like fairy tale, and that should go, yeah, ain't that the best guild, trying to, well, I don't really know, but I would say in this fact that, some sense and would probably, hide the fact, at least for now, that, Natsu's a guild member of Fairy Tale Go. Yeah, I know who what Fairy Tale is. It's a famous guild, right? It's like, you just go, yeah. Like, who's your favourite person? I would want to know, the, like, kind of the, yeah. Who you're, interested in fairy tales. No one really. Yeah, I guess just the guild itself and how, they seem to be like a family. So, yeah, guess. Well, yeah, yeah, they do, seem to have a lot of fun and act like a family. Yeah. And, she'd bring up the fact that, she'd want to join Fairy Tale. She's like, and that she's like, oh, really, really, you'd want to, like, join Fairy Tale? Right? It's like, well, you just know, why it's like, well, I've got my own reasons, everyone's got their own reasons, so I was like, no, real reasons why you'd like to, join Fairy Tale. So, well, they're the best guild, and, as you said, they seem to be like, a family that would be, nice to, be on the guild that, treats everyone like family and that, and has fun, because, what's the point of being in the guild if you don't have fun, or they don't treat you like family, or that? And plus, they're the strongest guild out there, so, why not? As Natsu's thinking about, revealing that, oh yeah, fairy tale wizard, but somehow, oh no, well, who's buying this thing, a lot more clothes than what he normally wears, so she wouldn't know. She wouldn't have seen the, he's wearing his, what we'd call a jumper. What you may call a jacket, or no, jacket, something else, yeah. So whatever you call a jumper, yeah. That would throw that off, revealing it, but yeah. As you can tell, yeah. Anyway, so the fight would go send. Like, Lucy would be, oh my god, I didn't know, he was actually a fairy tale wizard. It was like, yeah, I was thinking of telling you, but I wasn't sure about that. Anyway, as that one, it's like, anyway, don't you, and she'd go, anyway, where are you taking me? It's like, well, don't you want to be a part of, didn't you want to join fairy tale? As Lucy's been thinking, oh, there must be some conditions, because, they're the strongest skilled and all, they've got to have some conditions, maybe you have to be strong or that. But, nope, you just, I guess, sign up like an ordinary guild, and they just so happen to be the strongest guild out there. In theory, yeah. Yeah, and, they go, well, yeah. And, and Natsu brings up the fact, well, if you don't have anywhere, to live, you can come and stay with me until you find a place or that. As she's like, oh, thank you, Natsu, I'll take you up on that honor before she sees the place on what, on where they live, and she's like, like that. Well, yeah, that'd be before they register. I think it'd be night, so instead of going, well, no, it was daytime, screw it. they get to the guild, and everyone's like, oh, and she, just breaks down the door. She's like, and she's like, yeah, that is, so, she just straight out, start a fight as, as, I forget her name, but she's like, oh, Natsu, you're, hey, Natsu, you're back. It's like, yeah, and that, salamander thing was completely wrong. It's like, hey, hey sis, it was only, like you'd say, hey sis, whoa, it was only a, like, rumour I heard. A rumour? You could have told me that in the beginning. So yeah, but you barged out the door faster. You barged out the door before I could even tell you that. Yeah. I just, fight breaks out and... Oh, Mary Jane, that's it. Yeah, now I remember it. Now I remember her name, Mary Jane. Yeah, as Mary Jane, goes on and goes, I guess you want to register as a member of the Photo Guild. As Lucy's like, yes, can I? As they go off to this side to they do that as the fight continues. Yeah, and Grey would then kind of try and start the battle with being topless, and Nat should bring up the fact that hey Grey, if you want rivals or anything like that, I may have some feelings about you, but if you are going to end this fight, please put a top on. I was going to go, my top, where's my top gone in? As he seems to like losing his tops. And his trousers. Yeah. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, and luckily enough, the Markov, the guild master, breaks the fight up. Just like in canon. And yeah, as he has an argument, as he kind of moans at them and says what he does in canon. That part goes the same. Yeah. And yeah, as then, of course, straight after, Natsu gets back from one quest, he's immediately plunked into another one. He goes off to, eventually goes straight into another one, which would be finding I forget what his name. Makarov? Yeah. Yeah, rather Makarov's gone. Yeah. Luffy. Natsu storms out the door. Well, instead of cracking it like she did, she would straight up destroy it. She would destroy the board as... Not as Mary Jane's like... Ooh, as forget her name. Lucy's like, why did Natsu, do that? And Mary Jane would explain Natsu's backstory as, and the kids, kind of similar to Natsu. It's like, yeah, she feels sorry for Natsu for losing her dad, dad and that and that stuff, and yeah, and she ends up joining them. Yeah. Yeah, and on the adventure, she's like, I feel, quite sorry for you. And she's like, and that's like, why do you feel sorry for me? Before she throws up, and it's like, it's because, you feel travel sick. You get travel sickness. It's just another thing that makes me feel sorry for you. It's like, you don't have to, feel sorry for me. I'm strong enough to You don't really have to feel sorry for me. It's like, yeah, but someone has to feel sorry for you, right? If you're not going to feel sorry for yourself, then somebody has to. Yeah. Anyway, and then, the person stops the carriage and goes, this is, as far as I can go as, not Luffy. Lucy goes, it's, cold out here. Natsu, aren't you, cold? And that's just like, no, not really. As he's kind of stunned, about that, what's kind of going on. Just like, yeah. Yeah, and yeah. Anyway, no, they would keep on walking as, yeah, and Lucy's thinking about, the summoning her clock, but she's like, well, it can really only hold one person, and it'd be rude of me to, not just in case, she is just, she's feeling cold, she's just being tough about it. I believe Lucy's kind of got that as then the thing comes down, Yeti kind of goes down and goes, oh, two women, and yeah, I would say that Natsu looks more cuter than Lucy, as he decides to pick up, picks them both up and takes them to the cave where the original fight began, and it's just like, what's going on? As Happy, kind of explains, and just like, and that just comes sort of like, hey, maybe he can tell me what happened to my friend, as the monkey is just saying woman, my woman, like, two women, I've got two women, and gets angry because it's not listening. So she wanted to punch some sense into it, not kill it, and she does that as yeah, and Natsu doesn't find that Lucy is a summoner, like a celestial key summoner, whatever, summoner. Natsu doesn't find that out, and and then all three of them come back, reunite, and that, mission kind of goes similarly, some parts have changed, but the fun part, which I'm going to end the part here, but in the next part of what if Natsu was a ghost slash female, will be the flute thing. I forget what it's called, but the arc, the kind of first actual major group, and this was also where you decide, and that also be where what's her name, Lucy finds out Natsu's true mission class, because I'd say Natsu is, well, depending on what, if you decide on if Natsu should be S class, and mind you, Natsu is female, so, and she tends to battle with Ursa and I've forgotten her name again. and Mary Jane, even though, you know, they kind of fought together and, you know, was rivals when they were younger. Yeah, and yeah, like, you know, they're kind of out of that stage now, and they've kind of, you know, like all three of them are more, you know, got a sisterly bond. So yeah, anyway. Okay, well, yeah, so if you have enjoyed this, like, if you enjoyed it so much and you want to listen more, just like this, subscribe, and once again, you know, tell me, you know, give me some suggestions on, like, you know, female names that would suit Natsu, because I don't want to keep on calling Natsu, you know, well, keep on calling the female Natsu. So yeah, if you've got, you know, a name for Natsu, a female Natsu, please tell me in the comments down below. And yeah, and also, should I make her S-class, like Mary Jane and Urza, because those three would be rivals, and I would see them, well, yeah, in my eyes, I would put Natsu as an S-class, because why not? Those three have been training and, you know, been training and fighting one another, so I don't see why not. So yeah, anyway, you know, well, yeah, I've said the outro, so bye guys, bye.